Now, the Police Officer of the Year awards for Rotary last night, I've got this incredible story to tell you, but we should acknowledge the people that won in categories, and there were some outstanding officers who didn't win, and they were, in some cases that close to winning. It can't be funny. But the Police Officer of the Year award for field operations went to Constable Janelle Warren from Blacktown, LAC. She's done some unbelievable work in relation to domestic violence. She's the Domestic Violence Liaison Officer out there. The Police Officer Community Award, Senior Constable Janine Robinson from Cowra, Case Manager out there at the Cowra PCYC. The Volunteer in Policing Award went to a fantastic gentleman from the Lake Illawarra LAC, Arthur McLeod. He's been volunteering since 1996 when it started as a VIP, and he's done 8,825 hours over 18 years. The New South Wales Police Force Employee of the Year Award, civilian, went to Sharon Nunn, who's attached to the Mount Druitt LAC. She's been working with the police force since 1986. Fantastic woman. The Customer Service Award, leading Senior Constable David Cole from State Protection Group Dog Unit, and well done to him. The Irene Jurgens APM Fellowship Award. Now, this went to a sworn officer and an unsworn employee. IJ, as she's known, was there to present one of the awards. Senior Constable Rachel Kennedy was one of the winners, and the other winner was Chantha Mao from Ryde Local Area Command. Congratulations to all the people who were successful. The Police Officer of the Year was won by a young fellow called Senior Constable Alan Watts. Now, he's a drug detection dog handler with the Police Dog Unit. An incredible set of circumstances. First of all, he was on duty doing patrol with his dog at Gosford Railway Station when a fellow either threw himself under a train or jumped under a train or fell under a train, and catastrophic injuries, and Senior Constable Watts jumped down there, put the dog away, and rendered assistance to the man. The man then became violent. He'd suffered shocking injuries. Then in the second event, Senior Constable Watts jumped into the rough water and helped rescue a trapped kite surfer, and then cut the kite away from the man and himself because it was dragging them both under. So really brave stuff by this young fella, Senior Constable Alan Watts. So congratulations. But then what we were charged with doing was raising money for Police Legacy and also for Rotary charities. And we were assisted by people like the Platinum sponsor Brion, who are responsible for tasers, Employers Mutual, the Police Bank, Subaru, Telstra, and a lovely man, Stuart Alexander, distributors of Perrier and Tabasco. Now, there was a young man that I met when I first got there. He comes from the Hills District. His name is Scott Green. His father's a police officer. His father, Phil, in fact, celebrates 25 years in the New South Wales Police Force early next year. Scott's just turned 15. He goes to Crestwood High, and to those young people who don't know Scott at Crestwood High, this is a fantastic young kid. He's a wonderful young man. He suffers from a rare disease called Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And I've spoken about this before in relation to the work Alan Jones has done with Save Our Sons charity, which is about the same thing, Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Now, he's at the stage where walking is very difficult. And even walking up one stair could cause ankle breakage. Now, he desperately needs a specialised electric wheelchair to get about. That's worth about $40,000. So what they did last night, he was there with his occupational therapist, his mum and his dad, his little sister, and a lovely gentleman fitted him to a wheelchair, this very expensive wheelchair made in Switzerland. Weighs 190 kilos, cost 40 grand. So we had a couple of auction items that I auctioned. One was a Quintrex 390 Explorer with a 15 horsepower Mercury outboard, valued at 8 grand, from Britain Marine Systems. The other was a wonderful holiday on a P&O cruise, 4 days up to Queensland and back again. Now, what we did, we offered the two items, and through some generosity of various people, we were able to sell the Quintrex 390 Explorer 3 times. We sold it 3 times because a very generous man from Brion, George Hadley, their boss, bought it for 5 grand and donated it back. Someone did the same thing, then a gentleman paid 5 grand, so 15 grand for the boat. And then a lovely man, Alex. The trip on the P&O cruise was worth $2,000. Alex paid 3.5 for it, and then came to me and said, I'd like to donate it to the family. So all of a sudden, we've got $18,500 and we need another 21,500 to buy the chair. So the various Rotary clubs said, look, we'll tip in 2,000 each. So we got 6,000 from 3 Rotary clubs. Another club out at Mount Druitt said, we'll tip in 1,000. So we got 7,000. So we're still short about 14 grand. And then these people opened their hearts and their wallets. And the people from the dog squad, the officers there, they kicked in money and came over and handed the family some cash. These are working people. These are, people with not infinite resources. And then people said, I'll give 1,000, I'll give 2,000, and then we were 3 grand short. So a bloke says, I'll tip in the 3. So I go over to him, and I haven't seen Grunter Williams from ACA, A Current Affair, for ages. And he's had his own health battles, and his little boy has had some dreadful health battles, and we've spoken to him on this program, who's recovered from those illnesses, Rory, and played in rugby league and rugby union grand finals at the end of this year. And Grunter, as he's known affectionately, Grunter from Channel 9, gave $3,000, and I was acknowledging, and suddenly I realised it was Grunter, so I gave him a hug and a kiss, and we got the 40 grand. We got the 40 grand for this outstanding young man, Scott Green. So through the generosity of all these people last night, we got the $40,000. So we were there to celebrate outstanding policing, and what we ended up celebrating, apart from outstanding policing, was outstanding generosity from people who gathered there in front of the Commissioner, Mr. Scipione, his wife Joy, the Minister, Stuart Ayres, and other senior police. It was just absolutely unbelievable. And to John Given and his organising committee from Rotary, thank you so much, and congratulations to you as well. You were all absolutely magnificent. The young ladies who kept me on my toes all night by giving me a time frame to work in, thank you so much as well. And to all the members of Rotary there last night, you did an incredible job. And I saw firsthand the generosity of Australians who saw a family battling, really battling, to provide for their boy. And they dug deep and they dug long.